Good morning, I'm Chris McCoy from the Magic Morning Show, and I'm very happy to be here in Island today at the administrative offices of Provident Bank. And I'm here to introduce to you our latest Women in Business nominee, and she is Diane Conboy. Diane is First Vice President, Team Leader, Middle Market Lending here at Provident Bank. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning, Chris. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time.
Diane, Provident Bank is celebrating 175 years in New Jersey with over 80 locations. It must be extremely satisfying for you to be such a part of a rich heritage and tradition.
It certainly is, Chris. The bank started in 1839 in Jersey City, has continued its expansion over the years. In 2003, we went public and deployed a substantial amount of capital to expand our presence in New Jersey. And happy to say that we're an $8.5 billion bank now, and with over 80 branches.
Diane, tell me about your responsibilities here at Provident Bank.
Sure. I joined the bank almost 8 years ago with the goal of establishing continued presence in the commercial lending arena, primarily to middle market companies, which the Provident Bank describes as privately owned and or nonprofit organizations with sales of over $20 million in revenue annually. Wow.
Now, I understand that you're a leading contributor to Provident4women.com. That's the number 4. Tell us about that.
It's a very exciting new venture for Provident. We formed the organization in July of 2014 with the goal of providing insight to women within our organization as well as externally. We do have a Facebook and LinkedIn pages for the Provident for Women with contributory articles from our group as well as other information that will provide insight to women's with regard to banking, their finances, and overall women's topics.
Well, your bank has established the Provident Bank Foundation that supports charitable causes. Tell us more about how you and the Provident Bank are involved in the communities that you serve.
Yes, as part of our IPO in 2003, we funded and established the Provident Bank Foundation, which is now run by Jean Kjork, the executive director. And we've deployed almost $19 million in capital to and funds to local community and nonprofit organizations within the footprint of our branch locations.
Diane, the Provident Bank has almost 1,000 employees, of which 74% are women. Now that, to me, shows quite a commitment to the retention and advancement of women in the workplace. Would you agree? Tell us about that.
I think that the positions in our retail world and our branches are ideal for either young women who are looking to further their education, perhaps going to school part-time, and or for those working mothers who perhaps only want to work part-time or work shorter working hours, banking hours, and can look to climb the ladder, so to speak, within the organization as perhaps their roles change over their careers. And the bank has been very strongly supportive of that, especially through their efforts most recently with Provident for Women.
Now, I also understand that you are super involved in organizations in the community and elsewhere. And aside from all that you do here and your family at home, whom I assume have seen you recently.
Yes.
Okay, good. Tell us about those organizations and how do you find the time?
You have to make time. I think the key thing is that Provident supports my efforts in the community and my dedication to the community, and it allows me a certain amount of my work hours to participate in some of those events, as they do with all of our other employees. In my nomination here, that was actually brought forth by Veronica Clinton, who's the executive director of the Middlesex County College Foundation, for which I am a board member, as well as the treasurer of the organization. So that's been a wonderful group to work with. In my past, I've also been an active member of the Monmouth Ocean Development Council board and the Ocean County Library Foundation as well. I think the hardest thing is to blend your personal time with the corporate time that you're allowed and make it something that you're strongly committed to and spend sufficient amount of time doing.
Well, they used to talk about bankers' hours. I mean, that maybe was a time long, long ago, but that's not true anymore, is it?
Well, I can tell you that I've been in banking for over 25 years, and I have yet to experience bankers' hours.
So that's one we can put to bed once and for all, right?
I would think so, yes.
Besides you, Diane, there are several women who hold key positions here at Provident Bank. Could you tell us about that?
Sure. On our board of directors of the Provident Financial Services is included Laura Langer Brooks, who is actually a former executive of PSE&G, as well as our executive leadership team, which includes Janet Kraskowski, who is the executive vice president in charge of human resources here at the bank. There are also key department heads who are female, specifically in our commercial lending group, which I'm part of, being Patty Patriarca running our commercial real estate group, Bernadette Macco, who runs our commercial cash management group, as well as Barbara Loeffler, who runs our commercial and residential loan area.
Our latest Women in Business nominee, and obviously you're not just a nominee, but you're a winner. The envelope, please. Diane Conboy, congratulations. It was a pleasure spending some time with you this morning.
Thank you for your time, Chris. It was a pleasure being here, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.